Hey, this is Facets with Jason Helton, and in this episode, I decided to take some of the time that I have on this cruise to go over the items that I brought, some of the stuff that I'm sending home or pitching when I get to Europe, and also some of the items that I brought that I'm like, what was I even thinking? So I hope you enjoy. All right, for starters, this is a sea bag that I bought. It's kind of a duffel bag sea bag. It's got a zipper on the side, so duffel bag. It's got some straps to hold it together, and also, as is traditional on a sea bag, it's got the shoulder straps. So very handy. I bought it for a really good price at the base. Unfortunately, that is definitely not going with me on this bicycle trip. It's just too big and unnecessary. Some of the additional items that are going to go home right off the bat. This is a pouch for a seat, like a camper seat that I still might send home with it. Extra set of gloves. The flash would be good for certain situations, but it's just too heavy and it's just also bulky. As far as the bicycle goes, I assembled a toolkit. I may eliminate a couple of those hex wrenches. I'm just going to go through and specifically see what I need for the bike that I have. As far as the bike bags go, this is a handlebar bag made by Cannondale. I will do a review on it at some point, but it goes right on the front of your handlebars, kind of like a basket. And it's got, so it's pretty handy. It'll come in super handy. And also distribute the weight a little bit more towards the front, depending on how heavy I pack it. These are the saddlebags. They're called panniers. I didn't know that until I started looking them up. So that's going to be the bulk of my luggage. This is where my toolkit will go. There's also a little extra patch kit and inner tube in there. This is what's called a tank bag, so you can put your cell phone in there and also operate it through there. And so that'll be pretty handy in addition to the handlebar bag. Water bottle, I'll get another one when I get over to Europe for safety, because for some reason, and for those of you who know me, they're like, dude, are you talking safety? Yeah, and I was the safety officer at the second before I retired at some point. So yeah, if you can believe it. But for a trip like this, you have to think that way, which is why I brought the helmet, so anyways, crazy. And why I left the reflectors on the wheels of the bicycle, normally that stuff gone, but in this case, a little different. So let's get to the mother load of this stuff. So when I was coming over to New York, I had that big sea bag stuffed. It was supposedly 45 pounds. I don't know what she did to the scale, but it seemed heavier. And then I had this backpack and my camera case, or my camera bag, which is a sling style bag with a side opener. So that I love that thing. It'll be perfect for this trip, I hope. But I was surprised that he let me on with both those bags on the aircraft without checking one of them. So, but that either way, it was just a red eye overnight. So now getting into the main items, travel papers, passport, other various papers and stuff. And then I got this little pouch to hold them in, I brought a speaker. I'm probably, it's just heavy. If anything, I'll get rid of the case. But, it's good to have music and stuff like that when you're just chilling, besides something with earbuds blasting in your ear. Camping equipment, I don't have much yet. I will pick up the rest when I get there. But what I do have is a sleeping pad, a couple of dry bags, spoon and stuff. I'll definitely get rid of one of these headlamps. I just was throwing stuff in the bag. Keep that in mind. But it's always good to have as many lights as you can when you're camping. Knife. This is a flint. The bag will definitely go. Flint and a can opener. I will probably get rid of the flint and just get a freaking lighter. It's not like I'm in some you know, desolate location. I mean, I'm going through Europe, so I'm not I'm not backpacking, so that would be different. So in that case, you know, that'll probably go. Towel. I don't need glasses. I just have some readers, so one of those pairs will go. In fact, I even brought a second pair, you know, a second backup set. So just a little redundancy is good, but this is ridiculous. So I'll just keep the nice pair, I guess. Computer, 1 terabyte external hard drive, just for extra storage for all the stuff that I'll have. I may or may not keep that. Mouse, earbuds, gotta have tunes. That's my entertainment. Garmin, this is gonna be my bicycle GPS. So hopefully, I just gotta load up the European maps on it when I get there. This is a case for a GoPro. I will probably not keep the case with me. It's nice, but just too much stuff. GoPro, got the 128 gig micro SD card, which I bought on the ship actually for the same price as I would have gotten it on base had I remembered to get it. So that was lucky. And then I got this extendable tripod selfie stick for the GoPro. So that'll be cool. Battery packs, this one's solar powered. So you got, you know, I should be good on having battery power for everything I need, with the exception of the computer. So, which I won't need to use, you know, every day. And then, so that should be fine. Camera equipment, a couple extra lenses. I was debating on bringing that one's my 20 millimeter prime lens, 1.8 on the aperture. It would be awesome for astrophotography, and I'm going to be going through places that's just going to be incredible. But man, it's just, I don't know. That's got a question mark on it. Cleaning kit, stuff like that, extra battery. Heavy bike cable, unfortunately, but, you know, I guess better safe than sorry. This rain suit I bought for my motorcycle trip a decade ago, and it worked just fine, so I suppose it'll be just fine for a bicycle trip as well. Cycling sunglasses with extra lenses for different conditions. Regular sunglasses for when you're, you know, having dinner or lunch or whatever. Now we'll get in, and of course, tripod. That's the chair I was talking about. It's just heavy. Man, so I'm really, really torn on whether to bring that or not. As far as clothes goes, those are kind of like athletic pants, but they have some pockets. I will most likely keep those. Jeans, sort of up in the air. I don't know. We'll see how much space I have available. Brought a couple of jackets. One of those will probably go. They're not all there, but about 5 or 6 pairs of socks. A couple of those will get ditched. Same with the underwear. And then I've got some athletic style shirts, 2 long sleeve, 1 thick, 1 thin, and then a sleeveless on top there. So one of those will probably go. I brought a couple of t-shirts, like a jersey, a t-shirt, and a couple of tank tops. I brought 4 polos, including the one I'm wearing, and 4 pairs of shorts. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of shorts, including the pair that I'm wearing. Yeah, there are actually 7 total. Now, keep in mind, I'm on a cruise, so some of this was designed to get pitched or mailed away once I get to where I'm going. So my footwear, I chose to go with my mountain bike shoes because they have cleats on the bottom and you can walk around and things like that. The SPD pedals are embedded on the underside, so you know you can get away with walking around in those, and that's good. Sandals, even when you're cycling, is sometimes good on certain days. Brought kind of my newest pair of shoes. I don't really use hiking shoes even when I'm at home, so I didn't see the need to buy a pair for this trip, you know, if that's not what I even normally do. So plus those will be, you know, comfortable and and things like that. So as far as cold weather or cycling gear, I've got, a cycling outfit, including bib shorts. I like the cycling jerseys. Both of these happen to be sleeveless because they got these extra pockets in the back, and that's always very handy for a lot of reasons. A couple of bandanas. Cold weather cycling, I've got a couple of pairs of gloves and some arm warmers. This is one of those things that you put around your neck. It's like a tube type thing. These are sort of like thermal long, like cycling pants, but they're bib style. So that'll, come in handy, especially in the colder climates or colder days. A couple of pairs of hats or, skull caps, beanies type stuff. One pair of socks. And then these kind of go over your toes on your cycling shoes, or I guess even regular shoes, to keep your toes warm on cold days and, help keep them a little drier if it's wet. So now on to the items that I'm like, what were you thinking? All right, here we are. Okay, so I kind of previously covered having just what I need all these. When you don't wear glasses, you don't need 3 pairs of readers. This is a sunglasses cleaning kit. Yeah, let's bring a whole pack of toothpicks. I don't eat that much corn on the cob, so really. This represents 2/3 of what I actually brought. I brought a whole other half full tube of toothpaste. But keep in mind, it was Tasmanian devil style tornado packing, and just throw it in the bag. So yeah, and then I had to take a quick shower, get dressed, and then jump in the car and get to the airport. So, and then the last of the items that are really, you realize how heavy these are? I mean, yeah, I like the perfume, but I didn't need it for this trip. So, I've got this little one that I'll be taking with me, and it's perfectly great. Come on, really? What am I playing, dominoes or stack them up sort of game? So yeah, I do have redundancy in everything. The other thing is my cords. I'll have to eliminate a couple of things. I will certainly keep this European style one, but a couple of these other ones I'll get rid of. This heavy charger, although it's really nice, and then I don't need so many USB chargers. This one, unfortunately, as big as it is, I'll need it for my computer. This one I think I can get away with sending back. And then extra set of earbuds, but then one of them has the 3.5 millimeter, so I can use it on my computer. So again, some things still have question mark on whether I'll keep or send them or pitch them. Of all these, probably should have some masks, considering I'll just keep one of these cloth ones and one of these kind of paper ones. So there we have it. I will let you know what I keep, what I send away, what I pitch, in a much more abbreviated version of this, once I get underway. A couple of things I'll do some reviews on, and including the bike, but yeah, we'll see. I just thought I'd share that with you, so I hope you enjoyed it, and be safe, but enjoy every moment you can. Ciao.